Hey, how's it going? Evil's Comics, I'm Evil Mike, and this is going to be my new comic book pickup days for September 28th, 2021. This is DC only. Again, here in Houston, we do DC Tuesdays and everything else on Wednesdays. So I do show up at my LCS on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I like DC. Not a lot of people show up, so I'm usually first in line. And Marvel and Indies is always a fight. I'm second, third, something like that. I'm never first. There's a guy that gets there like an hour early. But I got 10 books for you. DC's still bringing it. And I think there were some books I passed up, and I know on Marvel's side I'm definitely going to pass up some books just price point wise. But let's get into it. Batman vs. Bigby, A Wolf in Gotham, book 1 of I think it's 6. Batman fan, but I also like Fables from Vertigo. I was introduced to Fables from the Telltale game, Wolf Among Us, and I really fell in love with the Fable kind of just the whole concept in general. And I actually went back and read I think the first 3 volumes of Fables and really liked it. I wanted to continue on reading. I just couldn't find any of it. After that, I think book 4 and book 5, because I was reading in the trade form. Batman and Superman number 22. Depending on where this issue goes, this might be a deciding factor if I continue on with the story. It was the end of the arc, so I don't know where they're planning on going with the story, so I'm going to read it and find out, and definitely let you know. I have enjoyed Batman and Superman so far, the mix of continuity, Batman and Superman, so hopefully they kind of stay with it and maybe I'll be on board. Legends of the Dark Knight, issue number 5, a book I have liked so far, so we're going to see where we're going. There was a kind of a big gap between 4 and 5, about a month, so kind of curious to see where they take us. A book I'm still on the fence about, but Batman Reptilian, issue number 4, Liam Sharp and I think Garth Ennis. It's really the art. I'm not such a fan of, and I do like Liam Sharp, but and a well-established artist, but I'm not a big fan of the abstract art, and I get it. They're trying to do the whole Arkham Asylum feel to it, but there's just sometimes I want the detail. I love imagination and stuff like that, but that's kind of in here and not here kind of thing for me. But I do like these stories so far. It's just the art that's kind of killing my motif on the book. But that's just me. Alright, so DC, we got Batman. This is Detective Comics 1043. This is, I think, like part 6 or something in the Fear State. Don't quote me on the part, because I'm not sure if they catalog all the Nightwing and Catwoman and all those tie-ins as part of the main series, but I'll find out and let you know. Another Fear State entry, but a big one for me. I know a lot of people have not been on board with this, but since issue 3 I think I've been on board with this art, and it grew on me in the best ways possible. But I'm so glad to get this artist back. I really wanted that cardstock cover for this one. I had a nice Gardner and Harley, but I love this art so much, so I went cover A, and it saved me that extra $1 too. So, and I do like the purple and the oranges and the sunset they got there. It's very nice. And they're camping. Mike likes a camping. But that was Harley Quinn issue number 7 out of the Fear State stuff that's going on. Justice League 68. I'm really liking this story, and what I'm not liking about it is that it's coming out almost every week. I know this one was every other week, but it has been coming out like every week, and at a $5 price point, it's kicking my butt. It's really kind of be the deciding factor if I stick on to some of these books, because the price point is kind of 10 books at $5, I can't do that. But for now, I'm still on. I've been on board with Justice League since the whole Batman Who Laughs thing, and they've in my opinion, they've been bringing it. Another one that I've liked the whole way through, but this Icon and Rocket Season 1, issue number 3, the Milestone Returns universe. So far, issue 1 and 2 was really good. Kind of disappointed I missed out on Icon and Rocket back in the day when Milestone first launched, but I am really digging the art, the writing in that book. And it's funny, it was another one I was going to pass on. Robin number 6, a big book for everybody, but I've heard little less and less about this book, but I went ahead and went cardstock on this one. I had seen the cover for this, online, and I wasn't a big fan of it. I do know the character. I'm drawing a blank at his name. He's the one that killed the Ravager to start the competition off. I think his name is like Exeter or Re-Exit, or I can't remember, Reanimator. But okay, seeing this cover in person did not do it justice, man. It is a really nice cover. It's very 3D-ish, and you don't really get it until you get it in person, kind of thing. Because I even went back and looked at the digital photos, and it just does not do it justice. I'm pretty sure my camera won't either, but there's a lot of detail down here. It's in the 3-dimensional form, and it's really a nice cover. I was really surprised seeing it in person, because I had already told myself that I was going to go the regular, cover A. Really, it's the dollar amount reason. I think I've mentioned that twice already in this video. Superman number 78, issue number 2. Kind of pleasantly surprised by this book. I myself am not a huge Christopher Reeves fan. I do like the actor, but as far as his portrayal as Superman, and yes, for that time he was epic, but in the grand scheme of things, he's not my kind of version of Superman. I'm not saying he did a bad job, and I'm not saying he didn't look like nothing like that. He's just my version of Superman. It's a little closer to Henry Cavill. I wouldn't say Henry Cavill's my ultimate pick. I kind of like a mix of all the ones we've gotten: Brandon Roth, Henry Cavill, and Christopher Reeves. But I mean, the art and the feel, they are doing an excellent job of because I have seen all those movies. The last 3 movies I saw in the theater as a kid. So it does have that feel of the comics. I'm really looking forward to the Lex Luthor version. It's one of my favorite versions of Lex Luthor. So we'll have to see. I am still working on the Fear State books from last week, which will be coming pretty soon. I have already read a couple of them, and I have 2 more to go. I've already read Batman and Secret Molly. I just have to read Catwoman and Nightwing, and then right after this I will be doing a single review on this one. And that'll be all my reviews from last week all caught up. And then I'll start working on these suckers. And I think I have another 10 coming from the Marvel and Indie Mix, so we'll have to see what actually gets released. But those are all my comics. Be looking out for my reviews. Of course, that's the majority of the stuff I do on my channel. I do have some comic chats and some other stuff coming up, but I'm kind of waiting on some of them. But happy new comic book day. Get out there and support your local shops, or at least online. It does still support those shops even when you shop online. Let me know what you got, what you're looking forward to. I know there were some bigger comics that came out that I kind of passed on. Deathstroke Inc. had a phenomenal cover A and B, and I think the 1 in 25 looked amazing. But there was some other comics that I did pass up. It was a big Superman week, so if you're a big Superman fan, there was a lot of stuff that dropped. I can remember at least 4 or 5 that dropped, and I picked up one of them. That's all I got for you. I will see y'all soon. Bye.